Seen streaming platforms. So, with the pandemic and gyms closing all over the place, streaming has become huge. Peloton, Mirror, Apple Fitness Plus, and Orangetheory. And those latter two, I'm going to talk about today. I'm going to start off by saying that my belief is that when gyms come back, when they all open, people are going to flood back to them. I don't think in-person training is going anywhere. I think no matter what happens, even if there's people that are afraid to go to the gym, an overwhelming number are going to want to be at the gym, to see people working alongside them, to be part of that community. We've been cooped up for far too long. But with that said, streaming platforms have become so good that I think they are here to stay. So Peloton, I don't think it's going anywhere. Orangetheory, Apple, all these different platforms, I don't think they're going anywhere. And I think what's going to happen, and I discussed this in another episode, I think it was 3 episodes ago, I don't think they're going anywhere. They're going to work in complement to in-person training. So, for example, I'm here in Ontario, Canada. We got absolutely dumped on. Going to a gym when we got dumped on like that would suck. So, these streaming platforms are going to come in handy when that's happening. If you're on business trips and you can't get to your home club, you don't need to pay $20 or $25 for a guest pass to use another gym. So they're going to come in handy. So I want to address, now before I go on with this, I actually asked this question. I asked this question on Instagram. What platform do you think will come out on top? And I kind of gave a little bit of a pretext saying, hey, I'm going to be talking about it. I gave my background. So my background, I just bought an Apple Watch in December. Basically, I did it for the purpose because I'm developing my own coaching platform, my own online coaching platform called 12, and it's actually best served online. So this was a perfect time with everything going on. So I bought an Apple Fitness Plus watch because there was an app I thought I was going to use for this. I didn't end up using it, but I got 3 months of the Fitness Plus platform, and I got to try it out. And while gyms have been closed, I've been using it and trying it out. Now, also, I've been coaching at Orangetheory for several months, since September. And because I'm at a Toronto studio, they were forced to close pretty early, which meant I was among the first, maybe few dozen coaches in North America to come up on the platform, be trained on the platform, start coaching people, and also get coached myself. So, myself and Anna, she loves the workouts. So we do them like Tuesdays, Thursdays, Saturdays, and then we do Apple Fitness Plus besides that. Now, one might say, oh, you work for Orangetheory, so I see where this is going. Not really. So I am actually going to be leaving Orangetheory shortly. What I will say, amazing company. Love it. I think what they're doing is great all around, from their live workouts to this new OT Live platform. I think it's great. I am going to be leaving, so I don't owe them anything by saying what I'm going to say. So if Apple Fitness Plus ends up kicking their butt, I'm going to tell you. I don't owe them anything. So it is going to be a fair comparison. Mind you, it's my opinion, but in my comparison is going to be fair. So without further ado, I'm not going to do one of these YouTube videos. I know there's a lot of people, hey, Peloton versus Apple. And a lot of people are doing these kind of comparison videos, and they're, doing, snap footage and all kinds of different editing, making it funny and showing themselves working out. I'm coming to you as a fitness professional with about 20 years of experience. I've been a trainer in all kinds of different capacities Obviously, I run a fitness organization. I still train people to this day. All these videos, Elite Physique Coaches Corner, they're meant to be for people who want to get deeper into an analysis. They don't care about how I edit my videos, and you see me from all kinds of different angles, and I've got funky music in the background. I'm just getting down to business, and I'm going to analyze this and give you guys kind of the real goods, and I'll dig into each platform. So let me show that in stream here. Make myself a little bit smaller. So Orangetheory, a little bit of background, I kind of touched on it. They've been developing this live platform for some time. I think it's in response to, Peloton and Mirror and these kind of different workouts. They kind of saw that the future of fitness, people do want this option for being able to train at home when it's more convenient or for whatever other reason. Now, this platform certainly got rushed along because of COVID. And then I might be misspeaking. They could have developed it for the sole reason of COVID. But whatever their reason for developing it in the first place, it was rushed to market a lot quicker to deal with, studios being shut down. So they've got an online platform. You can see there, this green box here, that's basically Orangetheory online. It looks like an enhanced Zoom call, kind of. So I'll show you what the screen looks like in just a minute. But it's a very enhanced Zoom call, and you can see all these different stats. So right now she's at 7 splat points. So those are basically zones spent in a certain heart rate, your orange heart rate. She's burned 316 calories, and her heart rate is currently 136. So you're able to see this throughout your workout to see how hard you're working. But the coach can also coach you to this. And you can see this is being monitored here by her armband. So in that case, it's called the OT burn. So that's what it looks like. That's me taking a picture of the screen. You've got Coach Joe there who took me through the workout. So you've got a coach who coaches you live. So those stats that we just saw, splat points, calories, heart rate, the coach has a fantastic opportunity to coach you live to those stats, basically trying to maximize the effectiveness of your workout, get you a certain number of splat points, which optimizes your metabolism for up to 36 hours. It's called your EPOC in technical terms, excess post-exercise oxygen consumption. And this white screen in the middle, basically, that is where you're going to see your workout of the day. So that white screen, basically there's an exercise happening. So it could be, hey, right now we're doing push-ups, and you see that really big on the white screen. And in the corner, you're also able to see the upcoming exercise. So it could be push-ups now, and then lunges are coming up next. So you always get to see what's happening now and what to expect next. So the coach gets to focus on coaching you throughout. Okay. And you'll see here, I didn't have it hooked up, but just above my picture, that's where you would hook up your heart rate detector or your heart rate monitor. I didn't have mine hooked up at that point, but that's basically how they get the stats. And you can see that person there in the mask is somebody at the studio. So they're there to make sure that they're following up with, customer service issues. There's a chat box in case anybody's having problems. So they're able to help you out. So once the workout starts, that person goes off screen. And then you've got the Apple Fitness Plus. So like I said, I've got my watch here. So it works seamlessly with your Apple Watch. So you've got your instructors on there. So this is a streamed platform. So they're just going through the workout. This has been pre-recorded. But you can see on the upper right side, that's how many or how much of your rings you've closed. So with your workout, you can set that, hey, I want to be working out 30 minutes a day. So if you do a 30-minute Apple Plus workout, well, that will close your workout ring. There's also caloric rings you should close, and then standing rings. So those are your rings there. And then it's really cool how you can see, how long you've been working out. The little yellow circle there is how much of the workout you've completed. So when the circle closes, that means the workout's done. So it looks like here, that's probably a 10-minute workout because the circle's just about halfway closed. You can see your heart rate and your calories burned. Okay, so both pretty cool platforms, how they use data. So one thing I'll say right off the bat, both of these platforms blow YouTube out of the water. So if you're using YouTube, it's better than nothing. But both these platforms blow YouTube out of the water because you're able to use real data to make your workouts more effective. So you can see exactly how many calories you're burning. You can hold yourself accountable for what heart rates you should be in. Okay. And, it's a little bit more motivating to finish these workouts when you're seeing, okay, I've got this much time left. Here's my heart rate now. I want to make sure I'm getting, maximizing my time here. So by using data and, splat points or rings, it just holds people a little bit more accountable, makes it a little bit more fun. Overall, it just blows those free YouTube workouts out of the water. So right off the bat, any streaming platform, you get what you pay for. YouTube is free. There's some fine stuff you can find on there, but streaming platforms are always better. Okay, so let's compare them. And I would have liked to, I should have animated this a little bit, but I found that I'm going to start with Apple, and I found that the Apple Plus Fitness Plus workouts, there's all kinds of different workouts you can select. So, you can select mindful cool downs, you can select spinning. I would stick with HIIT. I did yoga sometimes because I found their mindful cool downs weren't long enough. They didn't really make it feel like I stretched enough. The strength workouts, they max out at 30 minutes. Same with the HIIT workouts. So overall, I found that it's a little bit more of a beginner feeling, maybe up to intermediate. There were a few workouts where I'm like, ooh, geez, that worked my legs pretty hard. But I'd say at most, it maybe gets to an intermediate level. So Apple Fitness Plus, they have new workouts most days. So if I was to stick to just strength workouts, though, there's not a new workout every day, but throughout their platform, I believe they're adding new stuff every single day. Lots of on-demand classes. So you can do these at your own time. So the difference right off the bat is Orangetheory is beginner to advanced. So, I consider myself advanced. I've been in the industry a long time. I've been working out my whole life since I was a kid. These workouts, the Orangetheory workouts, kick the crap out of me because you can push yourself, to whatever level you are. So the coaches, if you're a beginner, they'll tell you to kind of pace yourself. They'll give you some different options. They'll be able to just work so that you are pushing yourself as hard as you should. Okay, so the person who's a beginner, they wouldn't necessarily be trying to do the same output as me. And again, that data kind of gives you that ability to monitor your output. The other thing is there's new workouts every day with live classes. So Orangetheory does have a YouTube channel. You can get some on-demand workouts, but the Orangetheory live platform, it's not on-demand workouts, they're live workouts. What I really like about that is that it holds you accountable for your workout. So if you don't work out, you get charged for it. Okay, and if you've got an unlimited membership, well then, that kind of doesn't matter, but you are paying. So you do want to use those classes. And for the other memberships, your basic and your elite membership, that you kind of get nailed for those sessions you miss. So it holds you accountable. And what I liked about that is, sometimes I just don't feel like working out. So I really like that. Okay, you got a time, you book that time, you got to show up. Okay. I really like that Orangetheory is led by a live coach. So you've got real time feedback. So, me, I'm a personal trainer myself, but it's really nice to hear a coach go, "Hey, Sean, those are really good lunges, dropping your knee nice and low. Sean, I love the pace you're doing with your push ups." Hearing somebody live versus, just following along with the trainer, I think really does add a lot to the workout. So with Apple Fitness Plus, they are all pre-recorded classes. So you are following along with a trainer. So they try and pretend like, "Hey guys, I'm in this with you," and they're using all the language and, "Hey guys, I see you. I see that you're working," but we know that you can't see us. Whereas Orangetheory, there is a coach there. They can see you. They can acknowledge you by name. I really like that. Um, Now, Apple Fitness Plus, there's all kinds of different workouts you can select. So, strength workouts, they focus on strength, obviously, HIIT workouts, cycling workouts, cool downs, yoga. Some people might like that. I find that the Orangetheory workouts kind of have everything. So, Orangetheory bases their workouts in ESP. So basically endurance, which is heart rate based training, strength, obvious, okay, resistance based training, and then power. So you're jumping, all those explosive movements. So every workout, they might have one emphasis or another. Maybe it's a little bit more strength, a little bit more power, but every workout is meant to develop you in all those different aspects. Okay, so Apple Fitness Plus, you can kind of zero in a little bit more. So I personally like the fact that I can do one workout that kind of just gets everything in there. It's developing my total fitness. Okay, the workouts are 10 to 45 minutes. So for somebody who's really time starved, I guess you can get in a 10-minute workout. In my opinion, I guess it's better than nothing. It's better than sitting there. But I think everybody should be able to have, 30 to 60 minutes in their day to be able to work out like that. That's just a priority everybody should have. So, 10 minutes, I guess, it is an option. But the one thing I do find about that is maybe for those people who are trying to develop a habit, maybe it makes them think it's okay. Like if I'm just doing 10 minutes a day, that's okay. And I really think people should be taught that no, this needs to be a priority. You need to set aside 30 to 60 minutes for your fitness. This is just part of being a healthy human being that's going to live a long, fulfilled, sustainable, healthy, vibrant life. The one thing I also like is, so Apple Fitness Plus, they do try and make it like I can see I've got some friends set up in here. I can see when somebody's closed their rings. I can see when someone's done their workout. Very cool. But one thing I really like about Orangetheory is that you do this in a group environment. So people can choose to do their workouts privately, meaning that only the coach can see them. But the majority of people are working out online. So that everybody can see them. So I really like that because, like I said, in the gym, what's really good is even if you don't want to talk to anybody, even if you have your earphones in the whole time, it really is nice just to see people alongside you, kind of suffering along with you. If you're pushing hard, it's good to see somebody else in the gym. Maybe you sneak a look at somebody else going, "Wow, like look at that person. I want to have arms like that." You can see that, you're not going to be looking at anybody on the Orangetheory platform unless they're purposely flexing or doing any crazy stuff. But you'll be able to see other people pushing themselves really hard and go, "Hey, you know what? If they're pushing themselves that hard, I'm going to push myself that hard." There really is something to be said for that group dynamic. The other thing, too, is the workouts typically start about 10 minutes early. So you'll see, the coach bantering with people getting to, chat with each other. Then they get muted for the workout, and then there's a little bit of time after the workout where everybody can kind of debrief with each other. So I really do like that. So Orange Theory really does bring the workouts to life. So now we get into cost. So the Apple Fitness Plus, well, let's start with Orange Theory. Orange Theory is $79 to $179 a month. So basically what Orange Theory has done is they've put themselves at the higher price point, prestigious end of things. They're your high-end studio. That's the clientele they serve. And really, they're not into discounts. So, these prices are a little bit lower than what you would see live in studio, but they haven't heavily discounted them at all. So $79 to $179 a month for an online platform. Some people are like, holy crap, that's crazy. I would never pay that. I would contend that you can go to one dinner per month and you would drop about that much money. A dinner for two, and you'll spend about that money. So you got to decide, where in your life health fits as a priority. So for me, I'll spend up to $200-300 a month sometimes on supplements, and I'll buy 2 gym memberships. Like, money really isn't that much of an object for me when it comes to my health and fitness. So I think people who really do place health and fitness, at the top of their priorities, which really I think everybody should, right? Health and fitness helps you perform better at work. You're not in fog. You're going to have more energy throughout the day. If you have kids, you have grandkids, it's going to help you keep up with them. You're going to have a more healthy life. It does everything from, even preventing cancer, some types of cancers. Health and fitness should be placed way, way up there. So I don't think $79 to $179 a month is expensive, but I can see how that's sticker shock compared to almost any other streaming platform out there. But it comes with a caveat, right? So Orange Theory, you have your laptop that you do business on. All you need for Orange Theory is your laptop, and that's it. So dumbbells are recommended with some workouts, but you don't even have to have those. People will, use in place of dumbbells. They'll use wine bottles, soup cans, bags of sugar. Some people have used cinder blocks, whatever. But really, you can use all your existing equipment. So we compare to that Apple Fitness Plus, $12.99 a month. Awesome, way cheaper, right? But the caveat to that is I had to purchase my Apple Watch, which was $699. I had an Apple Generation 3 TV. That wasn't enough. I had to go and buy myself the HD version so I could link up the new Fitness Plus, because they won't upgrade the Generation 3. So, by the time you add in the equipment costs, you're at $1,000 like that. So it would take you about 10 months of Orange Theory classes to catch up to what it costs for Apple Fitness Plus. So something to kind of take in consideration. You find the same thing with Peloton or Mirror. That upfront equipment cost, so the monthly cost is a lot less than Orange Theory, the just basic membership. But that upfront equipment cost, just think of how much longer it takes to catch up for Orange Theory, because you can basically just use the laptop you have. And if you want to go get weights, even if you go and pay for weights, you get them somewhere for, $80, and you've got 2 nice sets of dumbbells. And then the other thing, beyond Peloton, beyond, Apple Fitness Plus, beyond a lot of these different platforms, that live coaching aspect. So it's kind of funny. I posed the question, what do you think will come out on top? I had 60% of people say Apple Fitness Plus, 40%. Orangetheory, I was expecting almost a complete wipeout, that Apple would wipe Orangetheory out, just because Apple is synonymous with cool. Like, they're a multi-billion. They're actually now a multi-trillion-dollar company, so they're really able to get their brand out there. This Fitness Plus, they've done a great job at marketing, making it seem cool, paired with your watch. And Orangetheory, they're a big company, but they just don't have the kind of power to get the word out there. Not a lot of people understood, like, okay, well, I can use my Apple Watch to pair up. Like, people don't understand necessarily what kind of technology Orangetheory can use to, really bring up the experience. Now, I will kind of give my final verdict at the end. One thing I do like about Apple Fitness Plus is that they do really cool effects when your rings close. So I wish my ring closed just a few minutes later, but just before I got on here, my stand ring closed, and you can see it's almost like a firework going off. And when you close your rings on the TV, it looks super cool. I really like how they did that. They do a good job gamifying the experience. They do a better job than Orangetheory, because every day people are striving to close their rings. So I think Orangetheory has a little bit more room. They've got their proprietary thing called splat points, and people are trying to earn splat points, but I think they could do a little bit more, especially now that they have an app to kind of combine everything, so people can see how many splat points they're getting, and somehow find a way to gamify that. So if there's some big thing where there's a giant orange splat when they get their 12 splat points, something like that, they could do a little bit better. But the platform, Apple Fitness Plus, I think kind of looks a little better. They're a little bit better at gamifying. It's just a smoother, more aesthetic product. But really, Orangetheory, I really think where their value proposition is in having that live, real-time feedback from a coach. The other thing is, I don't know how many people remember these workouts from the 80s and the 90s. These have been a thing for decades. So one thing I did notice with Apple Fitness Plus is it just kind of reminded me a lot of these these funky workouts where you've got the person, and usually the coach is standing there, they're doing the high effort, you've got somebody in behind doing some modification, another person doing some other modification. It just kind of had that corny 3-person vibe. And these workouts used to be really popular on TV. I think Apple kind of said, hey, let's kind of bring that back, and they've made the studio look cool. But there's just something a little cheesy to it. Sometimes when they're focusing on one of the other coaches, they've got this just blank smile on their face, like it's just like they're looking into the abyss. So I really do like that. The Orangetheory classes, it's a coach. They're looking at you. They're giving you that feedback. They're the ones deciding on modifications you can use. You've got that nice big screen. Because one thing I find too is sometimes when the instructors are showing you an exercise, they're trying to get in a nice close angle, so then that you can't see the other options. And then they're already into the workout by the time you can see the options. So I really do like Orangetheory, how the coach is able in real time to give you those options. And it doesn't feel like kind of a cheesy ripoff of the 80s and 90s programs that used to do the same 3-person thing. So you can see they're basically doing that same thing right here. Okay, it's just a modern version. Now, I did the workout, so I kind of put it to the test. So, here's me. I'm a fairly advanced person working out. So now I did both classes. How did the classes stack up. So Orangetheory, it is 45 to 50 minutes. You can't really change that. That's how long their classes are. So I picked the longest strength workout I could find because they do have longer workouts for cycling, for example. But that would not be comparable to Orangetheory's ESP type classes. So I went for their longest strength workout. 184 calories burned with Apple Fitness Plus. The Orangetheory workout was 1.5 times as long, but you can see I burnt more than twice the number of calories, almost 2.5 times the number of calories. And then the average heart rate with the Apple Fitness Plus, 102 beats a minute versus 122 beats a minute with Orangetheory. So if you look at that over time, how much more heart rate output there was, the Orangetheory workout is definitely a lot more output there. So my overall verdict. Philip says, "Here, let me pull that up." That's a funny point there, Philip. So Phil says people go buy hundreds of thousands of dollars on alcohol, hundreds or thousands. I think he meant. I don't know who's spent hundreds or thousands of dollars on alcohol. They can pay, $79 to $179 a month. I don't think is a big deal. So my overall verdict, from coming from a perspective of somebody who's worked out my whole life, who's been a trainer, who's done both platforms, in this case, in my opinion, I am going to give it to Orangetheory. I just think I just think there's no replacement for having that live coach feedback, to hear your name being used throughout the workout. So I know, Peloton, they've got some pretty flashy studios, awesome equipment, great instructors. They do a good job at motivating, but really there's something about us humans when you hear somebody just mention your name. Hey, Sean, you know what? You're doing an awesome job. Versus, hey, team, everybody's, kicking butt. Those are general, it's not you being spoken to. No matter what they try and do and point and say, hey, I see you. If the coach isn't there live, it doesn't have quite the same effect. So I'm going to give it to Orangetheory. I know they keep on improving their platform. And I do know that Orangetheory allows everybody to try out 1 week of the platform free. So if you guys have an Apple Watch, you guys should be able to try out 1 month free. I went and bought a new Apple Watch, so I have 3 months free of the platform. So I encourage you, if you do have the Apple Watch, or if you're thinking of getting it, try the free part of the platform. And then if you want to try Orangetheory, you want to do your own comparison, by all means, you call into any studio that has the OT Live platform, and then they will typically give you a week free. I know in my area they do. If you're watching in the US, I don't know how all the studios are, but I know that in this Southern Ontario region, and I assume most clubs or most studios will give you that week to try it out. So thanks everyone for listening. I will be back next week, and I'll have something relatively controversial to talk about. So all of you who are competitors, former competitors, thinking about competing, that will be a broadcast for you. Look forward to seeing you guys then.